We have some new friends that are missionaries to South Africa, and we watched their car for them for about a month. It was parked in our driveway while they were off in South Africa doing their thing. And they went to this big prayer meeting that was organized by someone else. There was about 1 million people there just praying. But they brought me back this, I confiscated this. This is the, so this is my new coffee mug. Thank you very much. Kangen coffee. Made with Kangen water. there's my my plug for today. But you know, it's like these people, you know, they're not the only missionaries that we've had in my home. I had another one from India, somebody that we had known for a while, and he stayed here while he was in the States, and he talked about, you know, about his life and about going to India and everything. And to me, it's just like both of these people have sacrificed so much to go to another country, something, you know, that in my mind was inconceivable. You know, how do you do that? How do you do that? Now, the man in India who, he's an American, went to India. This is a long story, but he ended up marrying an Indian lady over there. He has an Indian son, you know, and he has an orphanage that he is working to help kids over there. And then the couple in South Africa, they went to South Africa. They started a school. They also were in Israel for a little while, and they've got stories and perspectives and things. And you know, many times I've often wondered, how do missionaries do it? I mean, you're going to leave it all and you know, sell everything you got and just take off. And there was a recent post on Facebook by one of these missionaries, and he was talking about the Africans over there. And he says, when you go over there and you love the Africans, they love you right back. When you go over there and give some food, they're so appreciative. It's like a different cultural experience than you have here. And to me, it's the way I kind of look at it as we live in the United States. A lot of times what we do is we live in these silos where you know, we think about our own personal economy more than anything else, making sure that our own personal economy is taken together, and we strategize and figure out our personal economy, you know, with, you know, investments or whatever, buying a house and everything else, without thinking or including, you know, other people necessarily within that personal economy. And in other words, we dream about our own future, our own plans, our own dreams, our own house, you know, our own retirement. And it's just like, it's almost like perhaps we don't do this on purpose, but it's almost like we harden our hearts to everybody else that is not in this small, closed family unit. And, you know, we may give a little bit of money here and there to overseas, but actually including somebody else. So our vision is for ourselves rather than being, you know, and making enough money to make our dreams come true. But we don't have a vision for making the dreams of others come true too. And because we have a smaller vision, we don't have a larger vision. We don't look for opportunities or ways to make things happen that is bigger than just the family unit. For example, you know, some of these people who have left everything, you know, and, you know, I doubt if they have investments. I doubt if they have 401ks. They just left it all, you know, because they just felt like this is what God wanted them to do. And it's almost like I'm feeling like maybe I'm supposed to be the 401k, you know, maybe I'm, you know, maybe I'm supposed to help them out, you know, and I'm not in the kind of position that I want to be in to do that. But you know, when I started thinking along these lines, and you're thinking, well, what would I need? What kind of business? What kind of income would I need? What kind of property would I need? You know, for people who have, you know, who have forsaken everything, sold everything, gone out to make a difference in the world, you know, I mean, do we just, you know, down the street, I talked to a gentleman. You know, his wife has died. He he uh, he got involved with a company, bought stock. His house is paid for. He's alone, except for I think a cat. And anytime he needs money, he just sells the stock. And he said something to me. He says, "Man," he looked at some of these other people who didn't buy stock. He said, "Boy, what a bunch of idiots! How come they didn't do that? You know, how come they didn't do that? You know?" And it's just like, you know, now I don't know this man very well. We just met. We talked for a little while. You know, I like to get people's life stories. Like, what are you about? You know, I was just talking with him, and you know, and I've invited him over for dinner. You know, so you know, a number of times. You know, why don't you come on over and eat? Why don't we get together? You know, so it's not so lonely. You know, being alone and stuff. But I think a lot of times what we do is because we focus on ourselves, that anybody that does not achieve the same level of success or the same level of, you know, the same ability, the same whatever, to accomplish something, that, you know, we look at them as like they're idiots. You know, they're just idiots. But, you know, it's a lot more complex than that. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's like with people, you know, sometimes things happen to people that lead them in an emotional state of immaturity, and it could be that emotional state for decades. You know, things happen that clouds the way they think because they're in this protection mode because of childhood hurts and wounds. And you know, I heard a psychologist actually say something like this. He said that at the same emotional age where you get traumatized is the same emotional age you stay there until you deal with it. So you can, you know, for people like this, I was one of them. By the way, maybe I'm still traumatized. Some of you are wondering. You know, anyways, so it's like these people, it's almost like they're trapped in a childish emotional state of mind. And, you know, for these kinds of people to make, you know, long-term decisions, it may be very difficult for them. It's not that they're idiots. It's that they were traumatized. They were hurt. And they're still in a state of emotional pain. And it's hard for them to put things together because they're focused inwardly on their pain. And I can relate. And anyways, can you relate? So anyways, so I got two different frames of ideas going here, but it's kind of like if you deal with your stuff, you know, if I deal with my stuff and I'm able to accomplish goals and things, you know, it's kind of like, can I accomplish goals and have dreams that are bigger than just myself and be inclusive of people who may have, forsaken all, you know, for something, and they come back to the United States. They don't have much because they sold it all to go do something in a foreign country. And do I have the resources to also help people that are wounded and hurt as they get out, you know, as they grow out and get healed out of that? Do I have the resources to help them? And, you know, it's just like, this is a question that's gone in my mind. Maybe it's something you might want to think about. Maybe you might want to think about, because you cannot, I don't think what I'm talking about you can do with a job mentality. You need a different way of creating income if you want to do something unusual like this. You know, the only other thing is, you know, if we focus on ourselves, there is a danger that we can just harden our hearts to a lot of the people that come into our lives that we really could help if we had thought in a bigger terminology, in a bigger vision of including the different people that came into our lives to help them, instead of just thinking in a small frame of reference. You know, like For me, it's like a job and investments. I mean, it's all good, but is it going to be a big enough bang for your buck to help the people that come into your lives that may need a little extra help for whatever reason? That's something to think about. Anyways, God bless you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to this guy. It's a beautiful day out here again. There's trees. You can see the trees in the reflection. This is what I'm looking at. I'm sitting on my porch. God bless you guys. I wish for you the very best. Wish for you to accomplish dreams and goals, to start to imagine things bigger than you've imagined before, and then start looking for the information you need to make it a reality. God bless you. Love it. Bye.